All right, when it comes to long-term marriages or relationships, your sex life does not have to get boring as the years go by. Joining me today is relationship coach Timmy Gibson with tips on how to keep that fire burning. Now, there's a joke that I've heard, other people have heard now, and we see it in the TV shows, you know, if you want to stop having sex, just get married.
Right.
Why is that, and what can we do about it here?
You know, unfortunately...
Can I just call you coach too?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, we're in a sports relationship here. Coach,
Yeah.
what can I do about this?
Unfortunately, it's actually somewhat true. You know, I work as a relationship coach, and I meet with a lot of couples who have been in long-term relationships. And because they get familiar with each other and comfortable, oftentimes they don't appreciate the other person as much as they should, which can downplay the intimacy, and you get busy with kids.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we know all about that.
Kids suck that life out of you. I mean, that's
soccer practice, gymnastics, cheer, baseball, whatever else it is, right? You kind of get in those routines, and you just motor through the day, and by the end of the day, you're just exhausted. You know.
Absolutely.
So, how important is it to keep that time then for you and your spouse, or you and your partner, to spend that intimate time
together?
Absolutely,
it's critically important. There's a lot of factors that can help flourish a healthy sex life. One is to have an honest, open conversation about it and say, hey, we've been forgetting each other and we haven't connected in quite a while, and making time for it. It really is. My wife and I have always taught, always date each other. And so we still, to this day, after 25 years, we go on a weekly date where we get away from the kids, we get away from life, we get away with just each other and spend that quality one-on-one time. You have to be intentional about it.
Sure.
It doesn't happen on accident.
I mean, that planning part is so important, you know, because again, like I said, you get in that routine. It's like, well, it's easy to skip it this one time, but let's make sure we don't, because we don't want to get in that habit of skipping that time. That's just you and I, you know, because we still need to connect on that same level, right?
I mean, it's the most intimate you can be, to be completely vulnerable with each other. And some people feel like, well, if I plan it, that's not as, you know, spontaneous, and it's not as fun. And
it seems,
it's just fun.
It seems boring almost, right, to some people, but okay, all right, tonight, 9:30,
right,
you know where I'm going to be. You know, it's kind of like that spontaneous thing that kind of made it more exciting when you were dating and stuff like that, you know? So how do we keep that same spark? I mean, how do you keep that same spontaneity as you grow older?
For me, it's just something you do intentionally. Like, I actually have my phone notify me to write a sweet letter or to do something cute or sexy or whatever, because I am busy, you know, and I have a lot of things going on, and so it's something that we have to plan. But for her, it can seem spontaneous, even though I've planned it. Or vice versa. She'll plan something, and to me it was spontaneous. It wasn't in my planner, it was just in hers.
Okay.
And so you can do that for one another.
And talk about a healthy lifestyle and keeping that, how important that is also in your relationship.
Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, you know, you hear about all the guys that are having to go get tested for testosterone, and a lot of that can be resolved with good diet, nutrition, exercise, heavy lifting. All of those things can help really bolster guys' testosterone, especially as you get older, which is another factor. You know, if you've been married 20 years, or so you're in that age where maybe things are slowing down, and so there are some things that you can do naturally to really boost that up.
All right. Well, hey, good tips from relationship coach Timmy Gibson. We appreciate you being here today.
Yeah, appreciate it.